welcome back to my channel. My name's Beck and I'm a third year nursing student in Western Australia. I am just jumping on here quickly to share with you a little story time video of what happened to me on my first mini theatre placement and why I don't want to be a theatre nurse. So I hope you enjoy. So first of all, I want to set the scene. So my second last placement, which was the end of my second year, I did a GP clinic placement in Esperance. So it's a community placement and it was incredible, it was amazing, and they had a mini theatre. So they had a treatment room where they did excisions and marinas. So they take out melanomas, take out sebaceous cysts. So it's pretty much just a little mini theatre, and I got to be in there a lot of the time and experience a lot of the excisions, so it was awesome. But I wanted to kind of share my first day in the theatre and what happened on my first day. It is a little bit embarrassing, and I actually haven't told many people this at all. I've probably told a max of 4 people, I'd say, and hopefully none of the practice nurses see this video because then they'll know what happened. So it was my second day of prac and I was so excited. I was ridiculously excited because the day before they told me that I would be in the theatre all day, and it was my first time ever seeing someone being cut open, seeing anything of that sort. So I was ecstatic because I love gore. I love blood, I love gut and all of that sort of thing. So I kind of thought that maybe I would want to be a theatre nurse. I was like, yeah, I love seeing gory stuff. It doesn't faze me in the slightest. And yeah, that's probably enough of that. Oh my gosh, I love gore. So I was super excited. And so I go in and pretty much just watching for the first time with excisions and with cutting anyone open. There was a plastic surgeon in there and he was explaining to me how they determine where they're going to cut. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this at all, but let's just, try it for the sake of, YouTube. So when you pinch your skin, oh my gosh, this is not going to show up. Okay, when you pinch your skin like that, oh, my eyeballs in the background, there, that's a bit better. Oh my gosh. This is so, there, look, see those little lines there? Alright, so when you pinch your skin right now, there's little lines that come up and they go in a certain direction depending on where you squish. That's so technical. And the surgeon will always cut along that particular line. There's lots of technical terms and technical stuff for it, but pretty much that is your natural lines of your skin, and it heals the best if you cut it in that line. So previously I'd honestly just thought they would just cut honky-dory straight across wherever, the stomach, anything. So the first thing he explained to me was that they actually mark it out, and then they pretty much mark it out they put kind of a star like this around the freckle. So instead of just cutting a circle or cutting a square, or I don't know if you know what I mean. They cut it in a diamond shape and they put dots, and then they pretty much join the dots. It's pretty cool because they literally just dot, 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 dot. And then they get the scalpel, cut it open, cut it off, ta-da, plop, done. So enough of that sort of stuff. It's my experience, right? So I'd woken up so excited, and on the way there I was running late. I'm always running late. I'm trying to work on it. Made myself a big coffee and sculled it on the way. So I hadn't eaten, and then I sculled this massive big coffee. And so I was fine, I was buzzing, I wasn't hungry, nothing, I was feeling good. So the surgeon gets me into the little area, the patient's in, patient's laying down, the patient's been marked out, and they have this massive big light. You would have seen it in movies or seen it in real life. I don't know who you are, I don't know when you would have seen it, but they have this massive big light that is used in the theatre. It extends from the roof, and you can move it around and place it anywhere and shove it straight up to someone's face or straight up to wherever they are cutting open. And oh my gosh, this light is the brightest thing you've ever seen. Okay, that's a massive exaggeration. This light is intense. My job was to to position the light, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, is it in the right spot? So I'm so nervous about moving this light, and then this particular excision was done on a patient's back, and it was a sebaceous cyst. And I had not seen anything like this before. So I positioned the light to her back, and then he was the best surgeon. He was explaining absolutely everything to me. And he had me standing right opposite him, and he's like showing me absolutely everything. And then as like I was feeling alright, and then staring at this light reflecting off this patient's back and the blue sterile field, I was like, oh, this is so cool, like so interesting. Gets the scalpel out, pops it to the skin, and then as soon as he makes that first excision, where he just cut just like this littlest bit of this patient's skin, I automatically felt so sick. And I was so shocked because I never feel sick. I watch the goriest stuff no matter what, and I never ever feel sick. And I was just like, I was shocked. I was just like, what is wrong with me? Am I okay? What's going on? And then he starts to cut the patient's skin back, and I honestly, my whole body like just turned hot and then cold, and then I started sweating, and I was like, I think I just went pale, and I was just like watching it, and I just didn't want to look away, and I was like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then I was standing there staring at this light, staring at him opening this person up. As soon as he pretty much just cut a piece of this patient's skin off, like a diamond of skin just off, and plopped it away, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so sick, what the heck? And the nurse that was in there was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then the surgeon was like, if you need to, you can sit down. And I was like, guys, stop staring at me. This is so weird.
I'm just getting a bit of behind the scenes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm being very much disrupted right now. Oh, that's right, the surgeon was like, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I am great, I am fine. But really inside, my whole body was sweating. I felt like hot and then cold, and then I honestly felt like I was gonna faint. I was just like, and I was like, if I faint, that is gonna be the worst thing. So I kind of went behind the curtains and sat down on the chair behind there, and they were like, I was just like, I'm good, I'm fine. And then I still felt really sick, and I just kind of quietly left the room, ran down the hallway to the bathroom. I threw up in the sink, and I was honestly so shocked that I just thrown up, let alone thrown up in the sink, and I felt so bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I like quickly like cleaned it up, wiped myself up, my eyes were watering, and I was just like, holy moly, I was like, is this even real right now? What is wrong with me? I don't have a problem with this sort of stuff, and I was so shocked. And then it was literally like a quick little vomit, and then I patted myself up, rinsed my mouth, went to my bag, got a mint, went back into the theatre, and then I was fine for the rest of the day. And I was just like, what was that? I was like, that is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. For the whole rest of the 3 weeks, I watched every single excision that happened. I watched so many people be cut open. I watched a cyst pop, and the pus that was coming out of it was like cottage cheese squirting out, and I was completely fine. So I had no idea what happened, and it was amazing because the nurse and the surgeon had no idea I'd even left the room. I was so sneaky, and they had no idea that I'd vomited, and I came back and stood next to him the whole entire day and watched the rest. So I was like so happy because I still kind of proved myself to be able to handle it. But yeah, I guess it made me realize how intense those lights can be, and how intense like that whole kind of situation can be. But yeah, so that's my little theatre story time. To be honest, after doing that placement, I don't want to do a theatre placement, and I don't want to be a theatre nurse. Number one, I didn't enjoy just standing in the same spot all day. I got so bored of it and so tired of just standing there. And if you're on a job for 8 hours, you're 8 hours on your feet just standing. And I don't mind being on my feet for 8 hours, but walking is so much better than standing. So yeah, that's my little story. I hope you enjoy that, and I hope that if you've had a similar experience, you don't feel as bad about it now because you know it happens to other people. But thank you so much for watching this quick little video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did like it, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment telling me your experiences. I want to know if anyone else has vomited on their first time watching theatre. And yeah, let me know what you think. So I hope you enjoy and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye!